Hi folks, this is Robert Taylor from GoRTC and Tech Plus. Today we're going to have a look at the Motorola Razr Maxx. I was due for a phone upgrade from Verizon, and after a bit of research I decided that the Razr Maxx was pretty much calling my name. The Razr Maxx is a really good phone with a dual-core 1.2 gigahertz processor, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, and an additional 16 gigs on the included SD card. While the pen-tile display, it's an AMOLED screen, is not really the greatest. Some people have reported some issues with it. I thought it was worth a look, and it was definitely a step up from my Droid X. But the number one reason for purchasing this phone is the phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal battery life. Battery on this phone is a 3300 milliamp battery. And this puppy just goes forever on a charge. But not everything is all sunshine and roses with this phone. I noticed on the second day of use that the compass was not reading correctly. I was heading due west, and the compass said I was heading northeast. Turning left, I'm then heading due south. The compass read that I was heading due east. And just to show you, here we're facing due south, and the phone is reporting that it's southeast. If I turn the phone where it's pointing west, notice that the compass does not change. I can change the orientation of the phone this way, and it does not tell me the correct direction. Again, I'm heading due west, and the phone does not orient correctly. So I downloaded several compass apps, and all of them reported, the same error. It didn't matter which one I was on. This particular one, which is very common, is GPS status. It reports the same thing, and again, no matter how you orient the phone, the compass does not move. If you change the pitch and roll of the phone, you'll get some movement, but the phone still is not indicating the correct direction on the compass itself. One particular application was really useful, and that was called Phone Tester. I downloaded this particular app, and it actually read the sensors of the phone, and you'll notice right away, we'll zoom in here just a little bit, that the magnetic field sensors are completely out of spec. These numbers should be somewhere below 40 or 50, and you'll see that these numbers are out of whack. In particular, notice that the Z magnetic sensor is stuck at 1514 UT. And again, if you change the orientation of the phone, that number does not change at all. And again, heading completely south, the compass tells me I'm heading southeast. So, armed with this information, I went back to the Verizon store and explained the dilemma to the technician there, and he went to the display model of the store and downloaded the same applications on the Razr Maxx that they have displayed in the store, and guess what? Same malfunction. So then we called Verizon technical support, and get this, the person who answered the phone happened to have the same Motorola Razr Maxx. He downloaded the same applications, and surprise, surprise, he has the same compass error on his phone. So then he suggested we call Motorola, which we did, and the person who answered the phone ran me through a couple of basic tests, but came back and said, you probably have a defective phone. You need to ask Verizon to replace that phone. And Verizon was more than willing to do that. However, he warned me that Verizon will only make one replacement of any phone that you purchase. Even if you go to another manufacturer, if that phone is then defective, you're now stuck with that phone. There is nothing that Verizon will do to help you. And I asked, what if the second phone has a problem? He said, It didn't matter. I would be stuck with that second phone no matter what. If it's a defective phone, Verizon will only make a single replacement. That's it. This is a pretty big error, and I understand that flaws can sometimes come available after a phone hits market, but it's not me that's responsible for the error. This is a Motorola problem, and they should make the phone good. My purchase should be made correct. But in the end, both Verizon and Motorola basically point fingers at one another and say, hey, this is all we're willing to do. One phone. And if I go to another manufacturer's brand of phone and that one has a problem, Verizon says, tough luck for me. It would appear to me that both Verizon and Motorola need to figure out what direction they're heading in. It's pretty obvious from the results of my experience that they're both using the same defective compass. So there you have it. The Motorola Razr. It's a phenomenal phone, great performance, great battery life. But just don't count on it to get you where you're going and to be a reliable device. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to get off the bus now. Can anybody point me in the direction of the Sprint store?